it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. But yeah, we are essentially mhm, we're short staffed, unfortunately, and they just keep whatever. I could sit here and like fall into the whole victimhood mentality and the whole woe is me mentality. Oh, it's a terrible thing, but I'm just like I don't care anymore.
What fun would that be?
It's a lot of it is, hey, you guys set this up. You set it up this way, and now you're reaping the uh
Rewards of
yeah,
your due successful plan.
yep. So it's like, okay, I don't care. I'm just gonna go and do my thing. I'm going to do what I can to get this stuff through the final stage. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Sorry.
Yep. Thursday. But that's cool because you have today, all day today. So 5 days, 4 days.
Hmm.
Easy peasy. You should be able to write the whole app by then.
I mean, it's all the code and everything is done. It's just
Hmm.
like it's what I call dev complete. But the problem is that the um,
All the QA guys want
no, no, no,
their
no,
hand
no.
at it.
It's just it's the process of getting it reviewed.
Hmm.
That's the difficulty. So it will, whatever.
Well, this is organizations and sounds like politics.
Yep, yep. It is, and I'm just kind of like I just don't care and don't really want to care that much because hey, guess what? It's
You get paid either way.
yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you can't get wrapped up around the little details. Got to save some, give a fuck for the big ones.
Right. And in all reality, it's kind of like, you know what? That's fine by me. I'm going to do my thing and I'm not going to be too concerned anymore about it.
Freedom.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like I've got a as we keep talking, like I've got a side hustle that I'm doing and everything. So
Yeah.
in my view, like this is the job that I use to fund that side hustle. And because that's the case, it's not a um I don't have as much of an emotional investment in it as I would if this was my only thing. Like I see a lot of
Yep.
people who at the job that I'm at where they are super invested, like emotionally invested in the work and everything.
Sure. And that's
And
good.
it's like,
They
okay, that's
should be.
fine, but to be blunt about it, this isn't for you. Like you're doing and you're working and you're building all of this stuff, but you're not building it for you. You're building it for
Yep.
somebody else. You're a wage slave is what the term is.
Yes. And
So
it's a very good term.
mhm. So why are you this emotionally invested in it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that's too healthy way to look at it. You should be more altruistic. Like this is the banking system, and if you didn't do your job right, grandma's gonna lose a farm.
I in to be blunt. Okay, fine, whatever.
So what?
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
my
no.
farm.
It's not my farm. No, 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 no. What I guess what I mean is, or to caveat also all of what I said is, it's like you don't want to become emotionally invested
You
in
don't need to.
this. Exactly. However, you do want to make sure that you are doing a good job. Like that is important.
Mhm.
Whatever you do, everything that you do, it still needs to be a good job. Like you need to do well. But you don't need to be so emotionally invested in things that like, oh my gosh, we didn't get this in, we didn't get that out because blah blah blah. And it's like, no, we didn't, and that sucks. but we're going to get it out next year. I mean, it's and
Yeah, so
also
what?
what?
Yeah, we didn't get out, so what?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's frustrating and everything, and I'm like, well, this is the reason why it didn't get out because we ended up because we don't have as many people, and we're always like we're so far behind on everything because let me put it this way, like I've been working on this feature since the beginning of the summer or even before before summer,
Mhm.
and it's like every time I turn around or like I'm trying to make traction on this stuff, and it's like every time I turn around I ended up getting pulled into all of these major firestorms and shit storms that were going on, that it kept delaying the work that I had to do on stuff because we don't have enough people to be able to cover everything.
Yep.
So it's like,
Well, yeah, then I mean, that's cool because you get out in the open, what's the priority,
yep.
and you chill, you do the important stuff.
Yep. And that's what
Don't
I
make it about your pet feature.
that's what I did. That's what I did. Is like I just said, okay, well, you understand that this is going to delay work on this. Okay, you understand that I'm working on this. Is this more important than this? And very often the answer is yep. It's like okay,
Yep,
cool, that's
because we
fine.
said so.
Yep.
All I needed.
It's like okay, cool, good for you, good. That's that
Cool. Now I know.
I know, and here we are at the end of it, and it's not going to go out when you wanted it to because we didn't really think we tried to, but,
Because
or
you came up with a better solution for our
so,
time.
yeah, I had to go. I had to go fix other things that were more important. So,
As you said.
yep. So anyway, whatever. You know what? Hey, it's not that
Letting
big.
people make mistakes is one of my special love languages.
That is true, actually. And that's kind of one of the big things is like, okay, well, you do kind of need, or you should be letting people make mistakes, because how else are they going to learn? For example, like that's the big part of it. Um, So, but otherwise, like, I don't know what to say.
You can't until you're
Yep.
the boss, right?
Right.
You do what the boss says, big boy.
It's
The boss is a boss for a reason.
true. It's very true. And well, and the thing is, like at this point, I'm moving into a lead position, or I am in a lead position, and it's like, okay, well, I am, but it's more along the lines of I'm responsible for the overall technical quality of the Android side of things. I'm also the one who kind of says, okay, no, this person should be working on this person should be working on that. um it's just stuff like that, like divvying things up. And the annoying part is like I've got someone who is a she long and short of it, she's a very pushy person, very pushy.
Oh, that's
uh
cool. I
oh
love those
yeah,
kind.
she's
She's
very
my
much,
favorite.
it was kind of one of those things where, so this person that I was talking about, who this engineer who's on a month long vacation, she when she left, so this other person, this pushy person, she's like, oh hey, so and so, you can take up the work from this. I'm like, oh no 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 no, I make that decision. I'm the one who steps in and talks about that, and I'm
That
like,
sounds like
no.
it's my call.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the way I said put that. I was like, no, maybe no, he shouldn't. That person shouldn't be doing that because they've got something else going on. I will take over. So
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's
My
like,
favorite thing is to say, you know what? I think you're right, except it feels like you should be doing this.
the
My
way.
inner voice says, you have this by the soul of it.
Yep.
So please tell me
Yep.
when you're done.
It's funny. It's funny because like, so you say that and everything. I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, "Well, you just be pushy back, and
Yes.
see how she feels about that."
Yep.
Like,
And she will piss blood for a week and
because
stop doing it.
my mom was like, "Well, why don't you say do that about her engineers?" I'm like, "Yeah, I should. You're right."
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't, you got no balls.
Oh, it's just more along the lines of I'm looking at like, okay, well, every time she starts trying to push, hey, so and so do this, I'm going to be like, no, no,
Uh-uh.
I will make that call. Like it's just I'm just going to be very blunt about it over and over until she
Well,
gets it into
maybe
her head.
it's cool. Also, a good thing to do is before the next meeting, say, before you recommend stuff for my crew, just talk to me directly.
Yeah.
It's a good pre-meeting thing. These are good pre-meeting discussions,
Mm-hmm. That's
healthy pre-meeting discussions. And if she doesn't respect that boundary, rip her ass apart.
true. that there's the I could do that.
That's when you embarrass her in public. It's like, oh, yeah, no, those aren't my resources. How about we, since you like the idea so much, have Nathan do it. One of her
Yeah.
best or worst people.
Well, that's kind of where I'm getting to. Is it's like, oh no, I'm not getting to anywhere. It's just
Well, you got to learn to throw some weight around. I mean, this is leadership.
it is, and that's
You know,
where.
I think what's his name, Jocko would say so.
Well, yeah, of course he would say that, but it's going to be a thing eventually, or for the time being. That's kind of where it's going to be. Is just slowly trying to push the whole "I'm throwing my weight around" thing. Excuse me.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, you got to protect your people, but
Hmm.
sometimes there is time to take the lead and take on projects. I'm guessing if it's something fun, she wouldn't be throwing around your way.
The maybe, but the way I think look at it is she's still trying to figure out where her position is on everything, and so her very nature is to be that pushy person and to
Uh
be
huh.
that person that makes all of those decisions. And in my view, it's like no, you need to learn to back off on certain decisions in certain situations. Like, hey,
Okay.
look, you need to learn that when it comes like here's the clear line. All right. If it's iOS, you get to make that decision. You get to do that. If it's Android, I that's my decision. That's my call. Like
Yep. Oh well,
and
that's a come on.
what?
Yeah, come on. So she's trying to push iOS projects onto you.
No, no,
That's
no.
great.
She's trying to put like she's trying to tell me what Android engineers should work on what. And
That's
it's
so
like
weird.
it is, and that's part of the
Can you
whole.
just say that? Say that's weird for you to open up like that.
Well, that's kind of where I'm wondering I'm going to have to go is just be blunt about it to her and be like, hey, look, it's kind of odd that you are the iOS tech lead and you are making decisions about Android,
Yeah,
and just be
yeah, so
blunt.
awkward. Just yeah, yeah. So like seriously, you're cute, you're nice. I like you on the team,
Yeah,
but why are you assigning tasks to teammates?
yeah.
Do you
Well, no,
want
no,
do
no.
you want a couple Android guys on your team?
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, but it's not even that. Like, we're all on the same team. The way it's viewed, it's just we have different engineers. It's more along the lines of like, okay, well, to be even more blunt about it, I could sit there and be like, well, do you understand the Android code? Have you written the? Do you know what the Android lifecycle is? Just
Oh,
be very
right.
blunt about that and be like, hey, hey,
Knows about the life
can you
cycle.
just can you do me a favor? Just do you know what the Android lifecycle is? Can you describe that to me?
Do you
Oh,
actually
you
understand?
can't. You can't do that. Oh, okay. Well, then how about you
What are you
let
gonna do if she answers you though?
it's going to
I'll
be
throw
it's
that.
going to be like, okay, cool. So you know that. All right, cool. Good, good, good. All right, well, talk to me about the fragment lifecycle. Talk to me about
Oh,
where view models live. Talk to me about where the all of these other things live. Like it's going to be like it's going to I will dig down to the point where she doesn't have that understanding. Because like most likely she doesn't. Most likely
uh-huh.
she only has a very cursory understanding of things and a very cursory view of stuff. And it's going to be like, okay, look, I'm the expert here on Android. There's a reason I got picked as the Android tech lead. And
Right.
Granted, there's a reason I wasn't hired as the lead, but hey, whatever. We're That's not where we're at right now.
But we're not in that
So
discussion right now.
yeah. So because of that, why don't you let me make those decisions? So
Wow,
yeah.
what an interesting politic you have going on in
But
your
and
organization.
all of it is just because, like I said, she's pushy. She's just a pushy person.
Yeah,
So
that's
she's
yeah, so awkward.
yep. Well, it's just
That's
you
cool.
know.
I'm sure I'd have fun with that.
Oh, you would absolutely love it. You would tear her a new one.
Probably would be just an asshole.
Yep. So
Yeah, I'm
it's
pretty
like,
sure I would just say, "You're stepping out of your lane. Focus on your skill set."
mhm.
And I think so a lot of people probably think that's rude, but
Well,
okay.
that's kind of one of the things that makes me laugh. It's like, okay, well, this is the exact same situation that got my old manager, old boss fired. Is he stepped up and was very clear to people about where they stand, and is like, no, like very blunt and honest to people, and like, hey, look, no, you are not in charge of my team. You do not get to dictate to my team their priorities.
Yep.
We have our priorities. You can
You're
like, he was
self-governed.
very, what?
We are self-governed, hun.
Well, yeah, yeah. He was very blunt about all of that stuff. And so because he was blunt about that, he like, people didn't like that. People got upset over that. And it's like, why are y'all getting all upset over this? Because like, it's important to have that and everything.
Yep, that
And
bluntness leads to success.
mhm,
It
and
saves
that
time, keeps people on their place.
yep, yep,
There's ways to do it respectfully.
yep,
You don't wanna
yep.
hurt anybody's feelings. I know I don't. Seeing
Well,
crying boys makes me upset.
he also did it where he wasn't being respectful to people, but that's also partly because honestly, I think it was because he was
Fed up.
just frustrated with people. Like, okay, why are you like, I've told you time and time again, stop doing this, and yet you're still doing it. And so he got frustrated with people over and over and over again, which I would too. Like, hey, stop dictating to my team what their priorities are. We can't, because you keep doing that, we can't make any traction on our features and stuff.
Yep.
So I think that's what ended up, or part of the reason why he got so frustrated with things and why he would be like that. And so, like I said, like, it makes me laugh because it's like, well, now I'm going to have to go
Now
around
you're
and
going
go
there.
and do the exact same thing to a person on the team. And I
Yep.
bet you that's part of the reason why he had to do what he did, was because it was other people being very pushy with the team and pushy with what the team should be doing. And
Yep.
he was like, nope, 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 nope. We're not. Nope. We're done. We're ending this. We are not playing this game.
Cool.
So, and I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of what ends up having to happen because people don't, um, you know, they just they don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. People wanna be helpful, right? Want how do you how do you help them be helpful? I
Well,
guess
you
that's, like, the first thing that comes to mind.
right, and that's part of it. Is it's like people do want to be helpful, and but what I've learned over the years too. So okay, so here's the thing. All right, biblically speaking and stuff. All right, there's the golden rule. All right, do unto others
Okay.
as you would have them do unto you.
Mhm.
And
Try
very
to
often
reach.
people take that very literally. All right,
Mhm.
where they sit there and they're like, well, what I like to do, or what I like having done to me, is I like it when people come and offer help to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and offer help to other people.
Okay.
But the problem is that that's not really truly, like, that doesn't always work. Like that's not actually truly loving people. I had one guy in my small group ask and kind of like talk about like, well, what does that mean? What does that do? And I'm like, look, man, the thing that I've learned over the years is that doing unto others depends very much on the other person. And you need like the goal and the job of a life of your lifetime is to figure out what the person in front of you needs and how to meet that need. Sometimes that need is going to be the same as what this other person over here is. Other times it's going to be something different. And so that's what
As you'll
makes,
discover when you get married.
yes, yes. And that's what makes the golden rule so hard is it's like loving somebody is like loving everybody is very different, and showing love to other people, it's very different. It's just everybody's different and that's how they react. And
Yeah.
so that's the whole thing, like with this person who at my job who's pushy, like she's doing that because I think that in one regard, like that's how she thinks that she's being helpful, but she's really not. What she's doing is she's showing like she's being disrespectful to me, or I should say the way I'm taking it and the way I'm seeing it and the way it comes across to me is that it's disrespectful. That it's
Yep.
like, okay, well, I don't feel like you know how to manage your team or your side of the team, so I'm going to step in and manage them for you.